So recently I posted a picture on my wall that said, "The past. You can either run from it or you can learn from it." So this is a very uncomfortable topic that I'm talking about tonight. I have only shared it with a handful of people. And just to be super honest with you, I don't know where this is going. I just kept hearing God saying talk about this, talk about this. And I've resisted for some time, but then a conversation with a friend inspired me to go for it. So I don't know where this video is gonna go. I don't know where it's going in terms of my actual life, but I think it's time to talk about it. So if you know me well, you know I wasn't born in this country. I moved here from Egypt in the year 2000. In 2001, September 11th happened, and everything changed. I left everything I knew. I don't talk about it a lot because I can say that I've probably repressed a lot of it. Just don't want to think about it. I really don't remember a lot at all. You know, when my parents show me pictures, I get flashes of memory, but it's seconds, and that's about it. And then it's done. It's gone. When we moved here, I felt like in order to survive, I had to choose between American or Egyptian. In my mind, as an 11-year-old, I could not find the balance. Especially after 9/11 happened, the way I was treated at that point in middle school was rough. I was spat on. I was very misunderstood. And so in my mind, I was like, all right, Karen, you have to pick one. And I picked American. I remember not speaking Arabic at all in high school, and my mom and I's relationship really suffered because her English was not that strong at this point. So with everything I knew, I shut this part out of my life. Why am I talking about this with you guys tonight? I'm part of me is I don't know. Today, whatever. In the book of Matthew, in the Bible, it begins with the entire genealogy of how we got to Jesus. It's so important to know where we come from, doesn't it? I've been running from where I come from. And I think that one of the coolest things about God is that even when we're running, he's like, I see you. I'm not going to let you slam that door shut. So this is a part of who I am. I'm learning not to run from it or try to erase that part of my life. This happened. This is a chapter of my book. It's written. I can't erase it. I can't pretend it doesn't exist because it's a part of who I am. And even though my past doesn't define me, it certainly influences me. Some of you know that Graham and I's vision is to do medical missions. And Africa is not out of the question. And that terrifies the bejeebies out of me because I'm still running. So where's this going, Karen? I'm still figuring that out. Listen, I think that where I am right now is just learning to embrace where I come from and trust that God has written this part of my story for a reason. God does not waste a consecrated life. It wasn't like he was like, oh, whoops, Karen lived in Egypt for 11 years. That was an accident. No, he was fully aware and continues to use this part of who I am to not only reach people, but to glorify his name, and yes, reach a population that maybe not your average Joe can. So here's the coolest thing. God keeps bringing people my way at my job who only speak Arabic. What? I mean, most of you know I live in New Hampshire. This isn't the most diverse area, and this keeps happening where every time I think I'm done, I'm done with it, it doesn't exist, it comes back. So I've taken that as a very clear sign that this is, I cannot run from where I come from. Instead, I must learn where I come from, grow from where I come from, and embrace where I come from, and invite God into that part of my past so that it can influence my present and influence my future with him. So wherever you're at right now in this moment, are you running from where you come from? Perhaps it's been painful. Perhaps it created a lot of wounds. A pastor I listened to recently said, God can turn your pain into power, and he can turn your wounds into wisdom. I'm tired of running from my own culture and my own heritage. And I guess I'm posting this for accountability because I've been running for a long time and not many people really know that at all. But how often do you hear me speak in Arabic, or how often do you hear me talk about Egypt? Probably barely. So where is this going? I don't know. I just know I'm not running. So I hope this encourages you as much as I'm encouraged tonight.